Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenmara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your elemental rune reading for the week of August 24th through the 30th. We're almost to the end of August. I'm kind of surprised by that myself. So, if you're interested in any of the runes that I'm using today, or if you've never had your charts read, there is a link in the description to a natal chart. It's not sponsored or anything like that, but it is a really good tool to get you the basics of what your birth chart looks like, and then it gives you 10 to 20 pages describing what all those little dots and symbols mean, because there's a lot on most of the charts I've seen. With that, we will go ahead and get started with our fire family. And fire covers the zodiac signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So if you are Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or have fire high up in your chart, then this one is for you. And fire, you are starting off with, I believe this is the Manaz rune. Nope, it's the Iwaz rune. I was wrong. It is the Iwaz rune, which is the rune of the horse. Color is white. Tarot association is the Lovers, and astrology is Gemini. So you got some air coming in here, fire. Travel and change, new jobs, new home, spiritual journeys, or movement. Fire, the first thing when I was reading that was, this is a really good time for your energy to uplift. This is a time of change and transformation for you. The energy that I'm getting rather strongly right now is, this is an energy of spiritual downloads and spiritual shifting. It could be physical, it could be a new job or promotion or a new home, but the energy that's really dominant right now is this energy of shifting into a spiritual form, shifting into something more spiritual. And it could be, like I said, the spiritual downloads, especially if you're out in the sun or in the moon. But there's this, I keep seeing this gigantic beam of light coming down on the fire energy, and it goes right through the chakra center and lights them all up to basically their purest form. And that's the energy that's coming in this week for the fire family. With that one, you're also getting, fire, you've got an amazing week going on. You're getting the Gibo rune, which is a rune of blessing and generosity. Color is deep blue. Your tarot association is the Lovers in both. So there's also an energy of union coming in here. Before we get into more on this is what I'm hearing is, this is a time for reuniting the three layers of the body, mind, body, spirit. So it's not just the body running things. It's not just the mind, that computer that runs around in our brain here, running things. This is a call to bring them into alignment. So this week could be some very heavy spiritual stuff, but it's very rewarding. Your astrology is Pisces, so this is your contrarian energy because it's a water sign. It's a sign of gifts, generosity, and giving. People coming together, relationships becoming deeper. Fire, you've got an amazingly intense option of a week this week, because you've got this divine energy that's coming in, waking up your chakras, really getting things moving. There's also some physical moving that is possible, but you also have this energy of gifts, of receiving and giving. So they're really wanting to emphasize this energy of partnerships, of taking relationships to the next level. So it could be popping the question, it could be accepting that promotion, but there's this union of opposites energy that's coming forward here. If you're someone who understands a lot more about alchemy and the emerald tablet, this is, bringing earth and fire, or earth and air together. This is bringing fire and water together. This is joining something in a way that it actually is beneficial and not destructive. So you've got some powerful energies going on this week, and that's where I think as well, when you bring in this concept of mind, body, spirit joining as one, that could be part of that hostility, because the mind likes to be its own thing all to itself. The body is a little bit more like, I can handle everything physically. The spirit's what's the unifying factor, because it quiets both of their egos and their attitudes, and it helps them bond. So as you go through this week, understand that this is a week that could be very intense for fire, but it's going to be very rewarding. It's not saying this is a challenging week, you'll never succeed. It's actually saying Fire, you've put a lot of effort to get to this point, and now you're bringing everything into its conclusion. All the bits and pieces are coming together. So this is actually a really cool week for you, Fire. Let's see what the rest of the signs have. Earth covers the zodiac signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So, if you are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you have Earth high up in your chart, we are looking at, if I don't drop it, Zeus, which is the ancestral and the god Odin. Color is dark blue. Tarot association is death. So this is a lot of Capricorn energy coming in here. Astrology is Mercury, tying into some air, so it's this little contrary. Signifies wisdom, help from someone older, magic, psychic powers, initiation. So, you've got some new energy coming in, but this new energy, you have to clear space. You have to offer something to death, purge it out of your system for space to be made. When that happens, Mercury will fill it. Once you clean out the spots that are no longer necessary, they're no longer serving you, this is where the god Odin comes in with wisdom, with knowledge, with the ability to know and understand. Earth, this is a week where there's some transformation happening. This is not... They're not saying it's going to be super negative. It's kind of like you knew you needed to get this out of the house anyway. Whether that's that ice cream that you've been hoarding in the freezer, or if it's something else that you're just like, this is just taking up space and I don't use it. This is a time to really purge some of that. The death is saying something has to be removed. Something has to, quote unquote, die so that you can bring in something new. And that is a powerful shift that's coming forward. It's not pleasant, but you really need to use that wisdom of Odin. Use your intuitive, your psychic, whatever term you want to use there, intuition, your guidance, and see what's not working. You probably already know. That's the thing that keeps coming up here, is you already know this is the week to finalize getting that thing out of the situation. It's no longer serving. So, your second one is Thurisaz, which is the god of strength, which is good considering what's going on this week. Color is bright red. Tarot association is the Emperor, and astrology is Mars. A lot of divine masculine energy coming forward with Earth this week. Protection, someone providing help, good news coming in. If you have someone that you trust, someone that you look up to, father figure-ish, they even said someone who has a lot of Saturn energy. Not sure if that's a good thing or not, but it's that strong, kind of stern father figure. That's something that's going to be beneficial. And if you happen to be the father figure, that's where it's calling to your core, where it's time to step up. It's time to say, enough's enough. This is what we're doing. Tapping into that divine will, that capital W will. This is a shift that is occurring. There's something that has to be removed. That's that death card, Capricorn energy there. But that's also working with the Emperor and Mars, which is more Aries, more... I'm hearing Sagittarius as well, so who knows if that's right. I'm not good with Zodiac. But this is the energy of shifting things out. You've got a new beginning coming in. You have this energy. You're being protected, meaning it's time to do the thing that's not comfortable. But the results are going to be beneficial. It's a matter of taking the steps. So Earth, you have a little bit of a challenging week, but you have the strength and you're getting protected through this week. So it's actually going to be a lot easier than what you thought, because you kind of know what needs to happen. You don't really want to, but you need to. And this is saying, yeah, you need to, and here's how we can help. So you're actually in a really good spot to help shift things out, do some rearranging. But it's that divine masculine energy where it's action, not intuition. It's physical conquering, if you will, versus more subtle aspects. This is not a week for you to be, well, if I just do this kind of quietly in your realm, this is a time for you to step up. This is a time to be a little bit more loud. Again, you don't have to be rude or pushy about it, but it's standing up for yourself and being a bit more aggressive is what they're saying. Within reason, obviously, everything has a balance, but the divine masculine energy is pretty potent right now for you. So work with that energy of Odin, really tap into that wisdom and knowledge. The other part about that is the foresight, being able to see well beyond what's going on this week or today or whenever you see this, because that's going to also allow you to make the better decisions. Let's hop over to air, covering the zodiac signs of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or air high up in the chart, we are looking at, flip the page, Laguz, which is the water rune. Color is deep green. Tarot association is the star. Astrology is the moon. You are really tapping into your subconscious this week, air, which is a little interesting for you. Unconscious, intuition, mystery, psychic or intuitive awareness, hidden sources of creativity. Air, there's something that has been held back. There's something that you've been blinded by something. There's somebody else has put blinders on you where you're not seeing the full picture. This is a week where this is going to be revealed. You're tapping into the intuition where you're like, no one's blinded me. I'm good to go. And you're trotting along, and all of a sudden someone's like, bloop, let's take those rose-colored glasses off, or let's take those dark glasses off, whatever glasses they're sticking on your face. And then you see things for how they are. And it's going to cause a little bit of a shift, is what I'm hearing. Not negative, because you have the star and you have the moon. So you're really tapping into this bigger picture energy, and good luck. Really good luck, actually, because the star is a very good indicator of subtle shifts occurring, but shifting in the right direction. The moon is a guidance system that's coming in to be like, follow your intuition. We're going to head down this little path over here. So air, you're in this really good energy this week, and you're tying in with water, which is one of your supporting energies. So if you are air dominant, water second, or if your partner happens to be water, or your best friend is water, or whatever it is, this is a time to really tap into that more subtle energy. Your second rune, oh, good luck to you. You got awesome energy this week, air, is the Gibo rune, which is blessings and generosity. Tarot association is the Lovers. Color is deep blue. Astrology is Pisces. This is a sign of gifts, generosity, giving, coming together, relationships becoming deeper. Air. If Laguz wasn't loud enough, find the water. Find the water people, find your partner who's water, find the water within yourself. This is a time to really tap into that deeper spiritual wisdom. When you think about water, it's not just rivers and streams. This is the heartbeat of the ocean. This is the lifeblood of Gaia herself. This is tapping into something that is so much deeper, so much more powerful than what you thought in the first place. This is a week where you get to follow your subconscious a little bit more, but you're rewarded for the acts that you're doing. This is a time where things are going to start working your way, and it's just because you're kind of following your muse, you're following your whims, ooh, that looks like fun, let's try that, or hey, I heard about this cool party, or this, maybe not party, but this cool event, like I keep coming back to this, I don't know why, the painting evening where you go to this like an art studio or something, and you just get a paint and you get a visit, and there's maybe little hors d'oeuvres or something like that, and you just kind of enjoy yourself and have this night where you get to play at trying to paint, or you get a book club. There's something shifting, but it's shifting in the best way possible, and it's saying that this is a time where you get to make the decisions. You get to explore something different, but it's bringing in this uplifting energy, that star, that good luck energy, the Lovers with their good luck energy, the Piscean energy, which is meaning depth, also a little bit of escapism, but you get to have fun with this. It's time to maybe not be so serious, air. It's time to have some fun. So, kind of a cool energy coming in for air. Let's take a peek at water, considering water is going to be working with air a lot, apparently. Let's see what water's first rune is. We are looking at... Button, who's got the button? There it is. Uraz, which is the color of dark green. Tarot association is the High Priestess. Astrology is Taurus. So water, you're working with some grounding energy, but also divine feminine. Creative power, wisdom, and knowledge stands for good fortune, opportunity. Water, you've got a little bit of amorous energy coming in with this rune as well. So with a High Priestess in Taurus, you're really looking at things turning for the better. There's this good luck energy. It's very much tapping into that divine feminine, which is more of a lure through secrets. Drawing people's eyes where it's not the revealing. That comes later. That's more fun. That's that amorous part that's in the bedroom. It's the seduction part. That's where this energy is coming up. So water, you might be just a little more interesting this week. Somebody might be more curious as to what is it you offer. With that Taurus, it's a grounding energy, and it's also the hearth of the home. So this could be the start of a long-term relationship. You could be meeting that person this week, or it could be something where the casual dating that you've been doing with this one person might take a different turn. There's some deepening energy going on here, but that High Priestess is really saying this is a good luck aspect. And like I said, it's that divine feminine tapping in as well, which is very charming, very seductive, but it's not just short term. They're looking long term with whatever's coming up here. So your second rune is the Manaz rune, which is the rune of man. Color is deep red. Tarot association is the Magician. Astrology is Jupiter. So you've got a lot of positive energy going on here. The Magician is something saying that you have all the gifts, the tools, the skills to be able to wield that seduction rather well, if I might say, water. So see how that plays out for you, because you've got a little bit of playful energy, but you're the one that's in control of the situation. This is not handing that power over to anyone else. This is you. And Jupiter coming in, you also have that kind of happy-go-lucky. It's a little bit of divine masculine energy, but it's more about doing the right thing, having fun along the journey. Journeys are a big part. And the meaning of this is humankind, wisdom held in the body, the mind and body working together, knowledge, memory, interdependence of the masculine and feminine within. So water, you are coming into a balanced state this week. This is a week where you get to make the decisions. And because you're feeling well into your feels, you're very much in your authority here. You are tapped into that deep well of power, that seduction, that with a gaze you can stop someone dead in their tracks. And it's not to be ruthless. It's more of, I'm stepping into who I am. This isn't a question anymore, water. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This is you being yourself at its purest form. You are the lifeblood of Gaia. You are the heartbeat of the planet. You carry this with you. Especially if you are a Piscean, I'm getting this energy where you have been through all of the other signs. You know all of the tricks. You also know all of the pitfalls, which makes it really easy for you to be able to dodge those. Cancer, your emotions rule everything, but that's actually a good thing for you this week because your emotions are tapped into your intuition. And Scorpio, you fire of water, you little scorpion, this is a really good week where you get to play the one in control, but it's not going to have the negatives because you're not feeling like being harmful to people. This is a week where you get to be the one who is supportive. You get to be the one who's bringing in the light. You get to light up the room. You get to be excited. The energy for water is so beautiful in the broad sense, but it's also tapping into the core of water because you're working with the Manaz rune, you're working with Jupiter, then the Magician, you're working with the High Priestess, and you're working with Taurus. So it's grounded energy that you're playing with. This isn't like hoity-toity you're trying to escape. This is really saying you're working at this point, and the energy around you is settling into something that is long-term. This is feeding into the greater good for you, but also for someone else. They keep bringing up this energy that there's a relationship either opening of the door this week or it's taking a deeper, going into a deeper aspect. So however that plays out for our water family this week, it's definitely going to be interesting. Overall, for everyone out there, Earth, it may be a little bit interesting this week, might be a little bit heavy, but the rewards are worth it. Everyone else, you guys are having this amazing week, and really it's about expansion. It's about connection with others. There's this vibration coming in of coming together in personal stuff, maybe a little amorous activity going on there as well, but we also are coming in this energy of community, where we're setting aside our differences. This energy this week is about connection and the merging of opposites. It doesn't matter what your beliefs are or any of that. This is a week where you get to come together. This is a week where you get to you know what, look at that other person and be like, how do they think? Let's learn about them. And it's not in a hostile way. You're doing it because you actually want to meet the person. You actually want to get to know them. So this energy coming in this week is really powerful, really positive across the board for everyone. So with that, have an amazing week. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.